Hi everyone, how are you going? My name's Josh Hack. I'm here with George Tiedeman at Wingham, New South Wales. We've been doing a project with the Clean Coastal Catchments. It's run by the Local Land Services and managed by Peter Bill here in Taree. And we've been looking at some technology and programs to help understand where our nutrient is going and how much nutrient we're using across the farm, so we can review and see how that's been going. So George, we just want to do a bit of a catch up and just see how you've been going for the last 6 months.
Yep.
With the new project, we've been using pasture.io to be able to capture that information so that when we can refer that back to our FertSmart Plan. So at the start of the year, we had a FertSmart Plan to look at what we wanted to achieve through the year across the different management zones. And then now we've been recording all that sort of stuff. So how have you found that on the farm and with your workers and stuff as well?
So what I've sort of found with it has been pretty good for the most part. Some of the feedback I've been getting off the boys, it's good they run things by me and I can go, well, you can tweak this, tweak that. Gives us a little bit more of an insight into what we're doing day to day. So it's good for that feedback aspect with the staff and whatnot.
Yep.
That's just what I found anyway.
And also, what about you mentioned to me once before about just being able to have a map that's live with the hectares there, so that when the boys are going out to fertilise, you can actually understand how much they've used and how do you work with the workers and yourself to try and get the more efficiency out of what you're doing and get that better.
Yeah, so obviously all the paddocks are numbered on the map and whatnot, and it does help to have something you can actually sit down and both look at the same time, and it gives everyone a little bit more better understanding of what's going on around the place, and I find that having that visual really does help.
Excellent. And you've had to adjust the spreader as well a couple of times because you've worked out that based on the area that's there and what they've been using.
Just little tweaks. It's not much, but I've found just tweaking a little bit. We're saving 10 kilos a hectare or whatever it is, and it adds up, and it helps us heaps. Like I said, with the feedback with the staff and that, we can run things by each other, and 10 kilos here and there's a lot.
And we talked about some striping, so we're having some issues with striping. We've seen it on pasture.io with the imaging over the top. Plus we could visually see it. And then that was able to be able to fed back to the boys to say, well, we need to fix some gear and try and get it better and efficient.
Obviously a little bit of troubleshooting there with some of the machinery and that, and took a little while to dial it in, but now it's dialed in, so running smooth.
One of the other issues we find with some of the technology is that some of the people on the farm really don't want to use technology, so they just rather use pen and paper, and that's okay. So we come across that on your farm, George, and one of your workers, and
absolutely.
What did we come up with to try and counteract that?
So obviously we didn't want to be able to access the map digitally, so we printed out a map, pretty much the exact same map as what was on the computer. It's got the hectares and the numbers of the paddocks and everything like that still, and he just wrote it down, and then we could enter that later
on. Because not everyone's going to want to have to open the app or use a computer, or sometimes you don't have service to be able to do it, etc. So having a backup so that we can put that down there, and then later on at the end of the week, George is able to put that back into the system, so that when we come back to our farm or at the end of the year, we can review it and then review it back to our FertSmart Plan. One of the benefits we have is because we have multiple custom blends of fertilisers from our FertSmart Plan, being able to look at the map and look at the different areas that the workers come back to and understand how much they're using and readjusting that. George, how have you found that, and what tweaks have you had to make there?
Well, obviously, like you say, we've had to do a couple of custom blends just to pinpoint a few different areas on the farm, and obviously, getting that sort of stuff done is not cheap, so we really sort of wanted to be as precise as we could with it, and know exactly what we're getting on to those specific paddocks. Has worked really well.
And because we know that from science and from what we do, right, this is why we do it, is that if we're using not enough, we're missing out on the opportunity to grow quality feed at home and relatively cheap feed. And then, if we're using too much and we're just wasting money for no reason, at the end of the year, that can all add up to a lot of money. So we're just trying to improve those efficiencies there.
It'd be interesting after we've been using it for 2 years just to like cross-reference those, like from where we started to where we're at in 2 years,
Yeah.
like just to see like whether the efficiency has
Improved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, guys. So that's the sort of a bit of an update of where we're at with our project. So thanks very much to the Clean Catchment project and also the local land services. And we look forward to updating you next time.